You guys help me a lot, Soko Films.
You watch Soko films?
I do.
So well done, JC.
And I also watch Hatutash. DCCI.
Well done, DCCI.
So you collectively, all of you, inspired me and my family to leave Islam.
So you got death threats in Speaker's Corner, 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
By multiple Muslims.
Yeah.
Because now you're an ex-Muslim, we know your face.
I've got a brother here. What's your name, brother?
Francis.
Francis. Is it big in the home? Yeah, perfect. Francis is a Christian from a Muslim background, and we're just going to tell his story and talk about some of his experiences, which is just proof positive, something we all know, that the Christian faith is growing, despite what Muslims say. There are Muslims becoming Christians. So, Francis, just start off. Tell us a bit about your life inside Islam. And if it helps you, tell me something good, something bad, and something ugly.
If
it helps, you don't have to.
Sure. So I was never a devout Muslim. So wasn't my family, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah.
So we were like praying 5 times a day.
Yeah.
Or fasting every single month of Ramadan, every single day. Sorry.
Yeah.
Or celebrating Eid as a lush big Eid. We weren't ever like that. We were more secular in our ways.
So a cultural Muslim.
Cultural Muslim. More
Okay.
likely.
Yeah.
But then I got into Islam.
When did you get into Islam? Like,
So
when did you start taking it seriously?
I took it seriously back in 2016.
Yeah.
I went to mosques. I prayed with a lot of different Muslim people. But then the good thing about the whole situation, me being in Islam, was that obviously you have a lot of people that you can chat to. A lot of people will welcome you. They'll give you all the praises for getting back into Islam. But something was definitely lacking there. The lackship of brotherhood, the realness. Like, they will come up to you face to face and talk to you nicely and everything. But then you can hear them, just if you can hear them from the other room joking about you, he's going to turn away, he's going to do this, he's going to do this, he's not going to be normal.
So what you're saying, you heard other Muslims doubt whether your deen was strong.
Of course.
Why were they doubting whether your deen was strong?
Because I wasn't ready to dress up like them.
Okay.
I was like, my dress does not represent what I need to do.
Yeah.
It should not. That's what. So I was like, whatever my dressing is, I can wear whatever I want to. If God wants to accept some prayer, He will accept my prayer. If He doesn't want to, He wouldn't.
Yeah.
It's His choice. Who are you as a human being to tell me what I can wear and what I cannot wear?
Yeah.
What should I wear on my head? I can't have piercing. I can't have this. I can't have that.
So you were chafing against all the rules of Islam.
Course, yeah.
And because you were pushing back against this peer pressure to Islamicize and Arabize, people were doubting whether you were committed.
Then I was ostracized by 7 different mosques.
Wow. Right.
So no one would talk to me.
Right.
Don't come to this mosque anymore. We don't want you here.
What? Give me some examples of what kind of. Give me one example of a discussion that led to you being ostracized from one mosque.
Okay, so I went to an imam in front of everybody.
Yeah.
So the imam was preaching about, look what these people are, what these people are doing. I'm like, but I went down. So I was sitting in the second row. You know, like there's a rows on the prayer.
Yeah.
So I was in the second prayer mat. I just stood my hand up. I was like, I've got a question here. He was like, speak, child. Like, I don't know, like he was some sort of God being or something. He thought of himself as a big man. I was like, I've got a question. You're saying all these kuffar. Some of these kuffar are really good friends of mine.
Yeah.
Some of these people are amazing, beautiful, loving people. They've got nothing against us. I've been to a church. I've just to see how it is. I've been to a synagogue. They never preach anything against anyone. Why would you? You infidel, and all these shouting started happening, and I was get out of this mosque.
Simply because you questioned the language of kuffar and the language of hate speech against Christians and Jews.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know what these people are like and stuff like that. I'm like, I couldn't reply back. I couldn't say anything back. I was picked up and I was told to get out of this mosque. That was it.
Right. Okay.
And so these were like 7 different instances that happened, and I always questioned, because I was like, no. If Islam is so tolerant, you should question these sort of things.
Yeah.
Then I am there to question you. If I'm gonna be a sheep and ask you nothing,
Yeah.
like everyone else, just literally listening to you and not even contemplating the fact that maybe he's wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe he's saying something stupid. But no, they wouldn't question that. They would like, everybody's like, all ears, we got no lips. No,
Yeah.
I wasn't like that. So this is how it all started. And then I was like, maybe this religion's not that tolerant as I thought it might be. That changed.
Did that mean that you left Islam at that point? What was it that made you leave Islam?
So what
ultimately?
made me leave Islam? So I was listening to a lot of other people. So I started debating with a lot of Muslims. I was like, I don't like what they're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't like the fact that they are happy with the fact that Muhammad married a 6-year-old girl.
Yeah.
In this society, or even in that society, a father would never ever give his daughter away.
Yeah.
Like that. That sickened me to death. And then the second thing I got to realize was, and I never knew this facts before.
Where did you learn these facts?
So I learned these through talking to other Islamist people.
Okay. Yeah.
So other people who preach Islam. So
Yeah.
I started conversating with them.
Okay.
Going into the offices.
And then they would say something that would
Say something, and that would
give you
resonate.
more information.
Yeah. And I wouldn't resonate with that. I was like, no, I'm not gonna be part of this thing. No.
Yeah.
My biggest concern was a woman's got half a brain than a man. I was like, I've got a couple of women in my life. That's
Yeah.
my mother you're talking about, and my sister you're talking about.
Yeah.
So she's not worth.
Keep talking.
Yeah. So
Thank
it
you.
wasn't.
Thank you.
It wasn't worth anything whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, I'm not gonna be into this.
Yeah.
And this is where I decided, you know what, I need to get into this more, and just to realize how sickening this religion can be.
Yeah.
Then learning about the hadiths of like the Muhammad saying, if a man gives his private parts, his male genitalia, and his tongue to me, I'll grant him paradise.
You'd have to give us a reference to that. Do you remember?
Yeah. Sure.
Find it out in a second. I want to find it out in a second. I want to press on with the discussion, but
Sure.
I'd like you to get that so that we can put it on screen.
Sure.
So you found out more about these things, and this led you to conclude that you didn't want to be a Muslim.
No. I was like, no, never.
It didn't lead you to conclude.
No. It did. It didn't. It completely led me to just leave Islam. I was like, no,
Okay.
I'm not gonna be into this.
So reading the hadiths made you leave Islam.
a lot.
Right.
And then Quran. Then after leaving Islam, I was like, okay, I'm gonna read Quran. Is as a claim that it's a word of God. Also, sorry to backtrack here, but also David Wood, watching David Wood's video.
Yeah.
Act Apologetic 17.
Yeah.
That helped me a lot.
Well done, David Wood.
You guys helped me a lot. Soko films.
You watch Soko films?
I do.
So well done, JC.
And I also watch Hatutash. DCCI
Well done,
ministry.
DCCI.
So you collectively, all of you, inspired me and my family to leave Islam.
Yeah.
And I can't thank you enough for it. Honestly, I would literally give a lot of praises, and I could give as much as I possibly can to you guys.
You see,
all
for
the
us,
favor.
we don't want praise for people leaving Islam. to
No,
be honest.
you don't want praise for
No,
leaving
it's
people.
all right. Don't worry. I'm not. And this isn't a combative statement, so that you don't feel you need to respond. Like I'm not arguing with you. But just to be clear about what motivates us, it's not getting people to leave Islam.
Yeah.
It's about people coming to Christ. Now, there was how long was there between you leaving, saying right, I'm not a Muslim anymore,
Yeah.
to becoming a Christian? How long was that gap?
So it was nearly a year.
So it was about a year. What was your life like, ex-Muslim but not Christian? What was that like?
So it was me searching a lot of different religions. It was me trying to search something much more truer than Islam.
Yeah.
It was me searching about Judaism,
Judaism, yeah.
Christianity,
Christianity, yeah.
and these were because I know these are the original books.
Yeah.
So this is what Islam teaches.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I need to concentrate on these two religions and see what I can easily understand more.
Yeah.
But then the best thing was I met an amazing person, just random walking down the streets in London.
Yeah.
And this amazing lady who said, God will turn your life. And God that I'm talking about is Jesus Christ.
She gave you a prophetic word.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then I started reading about about Jesus.
Yeah.
Unlearning. Now, also during this whole year, unlearning everything about Islam.
Uh-huh.
Just getting it out of my mind as much as possible, because because still to this day, sometimes it's, you know, when you read Bible, or when you start
Yeah.
reading gospel,
Yeah.
this Islam infiltrates in you because it injected it. You need to throw that gunk out of you.
Yeah.
That's one thing you definitely need to do. I recommend every other ex-Muslim to do such a thing.
Yeah. It's to change the way you think.
Exactly,
As
because
it says in Romans 12, you know, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in the light of God's mercy, to offer your souls and bodies to be a living sacrifice to the Lord our God, which is your act of worship as a sensible people, and be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And it's that renewing of your mind that I guess you're talking about.
yes,
Yeah.
and it wasn't easy. So started going to a few churches.
Uh-huh.
Started sitting into Sunday masses.
Yeah.
Started talking to different people, different Christians.
Yeah.
Majority of the Christians that I've spoken to do not know much about Christianity. They were about more like, okay, we go to church on Sunday, gather around.
Sunday Club Christians.
Sunday Club Christians, yeah.
Sunday Club Christians.
We don't particularly sit on our bed every night and pray to Jesus. They were like that. So I was like, okay, but at least the few good things you could tell me about Jesus Christ. They couldn't really.
Yeah.
Which was surprising. I was like, you call yourself Christian, but you don't know much about Christianity yourself. What's this all about?
Sounds like a lot of the Church of England.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Church of England, yes. So, but then then few of my experiences were all about going to church, just trying to ask questions, but sometimes they're going back
Yeah.
and never coming back, and I'm like, who do I ask questions there? So it was just me trying to soul search, but I wasn't getting anywhere.
Yeah.
But then my biggest experience was Christianity, which didn't put me off. I would swear it didn't put me off Christianity whatsoever. But it was in Lincoln. I don't know which church it was.
Yeah.
I went to. I explained to them that I'm an ex-Muslim and I believe in Jesus. I've not been baptized. I don't know much about Christianity. And they literally told me they don't want this fuss. Just get out of it. We don't want this.
What fuss were they talking about?
Like they don't want an ex-Muslim.
They
don't want an ex-Muslim coming into their church and have them. They were more. How can I say? It sounded more like the way he was talking is that they want to protect themselves. They don't want to get into scrutiny by Muslims.
But what was it that you were saying or doing that said to them, "We don't want you here"?
No.
What
I
did
just
you say?
explained. I spoke to the guy.
Yeah.
Who's wearing his uniform, and I spoke to him. And that was. I just explained to him. Okay, I'm a new Christian. I'm an ex-Muslim.
Yeah.
So I don't know much about Christianity. Could you help me with these certain things and tell me about baptism? Tell me about what do I need to read? How should I get myself starting off into all these things?
Yeah.
I couldn't get any response. Just a response.
I find that hard to believe that alone was the reason why they asked you to leave.
Possibly.
I find that hard to believe.
I can
I
understand
struggle
that.
to believe that.
It's because
I'm just wondering if in discussing Islam you might have made comments that were politically incorrect.
maybe because I'm not very politically correct. So I'm like I just want to get. So my language is more like I'm an ex-Muslim. I can't stand Muslims. They say they're completely against this religion. They're this, they're this, and they're this. So like more than I was unapologetic completely. That I was like, okay, these Muslims, they're absolute. Sorry for my French, but they're scumbags.
If you say things like that, now I can believe that a fellowship may ask you to leave if you say things like that.
Okay.
You know. But just saying, teach me about that baptism, I don't find that I don't think that that's something that they would kick you out for. So I'm just wondering if there were other kind of conversations that you had.
Yeah. There was some sort of conversations going on. Like I did specifically mention the fact that, okay, this is what Islam teaches. The sickening ideology, that sickening cult that I've come out of. I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
But you can't speak about other religions like this. I'm like, I can, because you don't know what they speak like this about you guys. Do you know every single prayer that we do, every single Friday prayer that happens in the mosque? What sort of abuse that you guys get every single Friday?
Yeah.
Through the times of Muhammad, do you not read the Quran? Does it not state that Jews and Christians are your enemy? They're infidels. No, kill them where you find them.
Yeah.
These sort of things do you not read? Or no, we don't get into these sort of arguments. We can't stand these sort of things. It's just like, no, we can't have someone like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but this is my truth.
Yeah.
I'm telling you the reality. I'm not fabricating everything. This is all in Quran.
Yeah.
This is all in this is all the teaching of Muhammad. I'm not making this up. It's like you're telling me that I'm saying this on my own personal basis. No, I'm saying it because it's actually happening.
And there's a couple of thoughts that emerge from this. Firstly, is that I counsel Christians again and again and again about the importance of making distinctions, and I counsel you as well, of making a distinction about Muslims and about Islam. You know, like, and not equating the two as if they're the same, because you yourself were only a cultural Muslim.
Yeah.
You didn't have any of those hateful attitudes, and it was the absence of those hateful attitudes that got kicked you out of mosques.
Yeah.
But then, because you're an ex-Muslim, and like, there is this tendency amongst ex-Muslims to have like in some cases a bitter tone towards the Muslim community that you can, and also this is true of those that want to resist Islam generally, that they use language which is clumsy, which I've even heard you use in this interview, this idea of, you know, like you spoke about Muslims as if they're just one mass, you know, and that's the kind of language that defeats us all the time. But what I find ultimately shocking is that a Christian fellowship asked you to leave because they didn't want to deal with the challenge that Islam presents and the challenge that an ex-Muslim brings to their fellowship by presenting what Islam teaches to them.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that this is a terrible problem that we face in the church. You know, and not rallying behind ex-Muslims, but seeing ex-Muslims who sort of bring with them baggage, and express that baggage for good and for bad, isn't Christian. Just kicking them out isn't Christian. Just saying, sorry, we don't want that controversy here, isn't Christian. And it tells me, it wouldn't surprise me if the church that you went to was some kind of progressive church, you know.
Oh no, they did teach about pray the evil away. So I'm like, okay, how do you counter that evil? There's something called fight back the evil.
Yeah.
God's gonna give you the strength to fight the evil.
Yeah.
It's not gonna, you just pray, say it, and someone's stabbing you from the back, you're still praying. What world do you live in?
Yeah.
You need some, as you said, we need a muscular Christianity.
Yeah.
We need some sort of we need to have a mindset that not God is there to give us the strength. God is there to give us the help we need. But we need to stand up and do something about it too.
Amen. Yep. So what was it? Sorry, I just want to return to the story, because I agree with you, and I think everyone who watches this will know that whole discussion. But what was it then that finally brought you to accept Christ as your Lord and Savior? Because you went to a church, you had some bad experiences. Why then did you decide, right, I'm going to become a Christian?
So still to this day I'm not baptized.
Fair enough.
So some people might say that I'm not Christian yet.
Yeah.
I've been told that from a few people around, but I'm like, okay, fair play. So I'll get baptized, fine. But then what made me become Christian is that when I read Jesus is all about love and the way He will turn your life around, I wouldn't even expect. When this happened to me, I'm a living proof.
Yeah.
My life was here. I was at the lowest point ever. Suicidal, depression, completely anxious about ever going anywhere. Built up, just got really hard.
Yeah.
Because obviously not being able to do anything, not have that enthusiasm to do something.
Yeah.
So I accepted, like, okay, God is all about love. God is all about beauty around you. Look at the nature around you. Look at yourself. They're like creating you.
Yeah.
There's so many billions of people out there.
Yeah.
Who do not have the faith, but they're still living. But at the end of the day, if they had Jesus in their life, how much happier would they get?
Yeah.
So the love, the peace, his strength, and him getting all that cross for us.
Yeah.
It was a massive game changer, and that's few bits and reading all that, and that was it. I slept the most peaceful sleep I can at the night that I became a Christian.
Thanks.
On my own.
Yeah.
I didn't have anyone telling me how to become a Christian. I didn't have anyone tell me how to pray.
Yeah.
How to live my life.
Yeah.
What do I need to do as a Christian now? Nobody was telling me this. I was just going online and reading everything or watching all you guys' videos. That was it. That was me being taught. But obviously, was just a surreal sort of thing. It felt good, and then my life just started building back. Started going to the gym, started becoming active, doing things for myself.
Yeah.
And now thankfully I'm in a partnership.
Thanks be to God. Yeah.
So this is the sort of thing.
So what since becoming a Christian, how did your family respond? What happened with your family?
No, my family, all of us turned Christian together.
All of you?
Yeah.
On the same night?
On the same night.
Thanks be to God.
So
How many people is that?
So it's 4.
Yeah.
One's non-verbal, so of course he does not know anything, or he doesn't have a concept of God.
Yeah.
Obviously he's autistic.
Yeah.
So a low function, which is he's not high function
Yeah,
fully.
yeah.
So he obviously, we can't say anything for him.
Yeah.
But obviously we can just say, God, may Jesus bless him.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, all of us together, 3. So we are 4.
Right.
So, I've got a younger brother who's non-verbal autistic, and I've got an elder sister and my mother.
Wow.
So
That's wonderful.
thank you.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks be to God.
And
What have, since becoming a Christian, what have been some of your experiences in terms of, like, finding a church, how Muslims have responded when they found out that you left Islam, and that now you're a Christian? Well, tell me about some of those experiences.
So 2 years ago when I became an ex-Muslim,
Yeah.
I used to come to Speaker's Corner before. The biggest amount of death threats that I got in this place, and that's what made me stop coming into this place.
So you got death threats in Speaker's Corner,
Speaker's Corner
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
By multiple Muslims.
Yeah.
Because now you're an ex-Muslim, we know your face.
Yeah.
We'll find you, we'll hunt you, we know London.
Yeah.
This is our guard, as what they say. Guard means area.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, I'm sorry, but just because I'm an ex-Muslim, just because I don't believe in your God, means that you have the right to take my life away, because it actually gives you heaven.
Yeah.
They couldn't respond to anything. They all they were blabbering about was just about to kill him, to just get rid of me, kill this infidel. That was
Right.
it. Maybe they'll give them heaven.
And we've seen, and we've caught it many a time on video.
Oh yeah.
Thug Islam, intimidation, acts of aggression and violence. I mean, there'll be a fight probably this week.
Of course.
There's a fight nearly every week in Speaker's Corner.
Yeah.
We've had someone try to kill someone, in Speaker's Corner. It is a thing. It is
Yeah.
a thing that progressive Christians, liberal do-gooder Christians, the lily-livered middle class, they none of them want to face up to it.
No.
But we must. We
Exactly.
must, and we must continue to speak the truth of it until people hear it.
And that's why I'm back in Speaker's Corner now. I am back for the very particular reason that I want to show muscular Christianity. I'll face up to these sort of things and say, okay, before that, because I didn't have faith,
Yeah.
because I wasn't a Christian then.
Yeah.
That's when I started getting death threats.
Yeah.
Now I've turned to Christianity. Now I've learned a lot. Okay, Jesus said, no, I need to be strong.
Yeah.
In order to believe in have my faith and believe in Jesus Christ, I need to face up to these people and say, okay, I'm here.
I want to give you some tips and advice as an elder brother to a younger brother in the faith. Firstly, I would encourage you to be baptized as soon as you possibly can. Okay? There's a maxim in discipleship that you need to hear, which is accept that which you can when you're ready to accept it. Okay? So if people say to you, do X or do Y or do Z, don't do it because they tell you. Don't do it because they try to put pressure on you. Listen to what they say, assess it, make your own mind up about it, and if you agree, then accept it.
Of course.
And I want to encourage you that at the earliest opportunity, like as in when you're emotionally and psychologically ready to do it, you take baptism.
Yeah.
Because baptism is the moment when our personal spirituality becomes public before the church and is recognized before the communion. And when we make that public profession and that solemn vow that we intend to be a disciple of Jesus Christ for the rest of our life. The next thing that I want to encourage you to do is to find a good church. Now, we spoke off camera what a good church looks like.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of anyone else who may be in a similar position, I'm just going to reiterate what those things are. It's good just as a recap for you as well. Which is, find a church that takes prayer seriously, that is devoted to prayer. Now, when you're devoted to something, it means that you're willing to sacrifice time, energy, and resource for the thing you're devoted to. Like you're devoted to your younger sibling, like you're devoted to your mother. Well, be devoted to prayer, find a church that is devoted to prayer. Be devoted to the apostolic and prophetic teaching, and find a church that is devoted to the apostolic and prophetic teaching. Find a church that is devoted to the sacraments, and be devoted to the sacraments yourself. And that's another reason to get baptized, because that's one of those sacraments. And then find a church that is devoted to the fellowship of the believers. So they're devoted to one another. And I want to encourage you to do that, you know. Now, because you're talking about coming here as a Christian, and you've announced that you're going to come here now as a Christian, you're going to be targeted.
Of course.
People, there are going to be some Muslims that come up to you now and they're going to try and harass you.
They already have.
Okay. There's going to be other Muslims that come up to you and they're going to be the good cop.
Of course.
They're going to be like your best buddy pal. They want to befriend you.
Yes.
I want to emphasize as a Christian, and I say this to all Christians that come to this corner, don't get isolated.
No.
Don't get isolated.
I know
Like-
why not to get isolated.
Yeah.
I know that.
Connect with the Christians in the
Yes.
corner. And the other thing is, don't feel pressured to answer questions you can't answer. You're a new Christian.
Yes.
You're not expected to know anything. And if someone puts a camera in your face and asks you a question that you don't feel confident in answering, just own it and say, look, I'm a new Christian.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer, but I'll take you to Bob or I'll take you to Hatun and let's see if you'll ask that question to them and see what they've got to say about it. So use that kind of facility, that kind of reality.
Yeah.
You know, and like I say, get yourself embedded in the Christian community as deeply and as quickly as you're ready to do so.
Yeah, because I've lost a lot of friends.
Yeah.
As soon as I became a Christian, I've lost a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going there now.
Yeah.
And this is my normal friends who are not religious at all.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't matter whether they're black, white, or brown. I've been isolated by
Yeah.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're turning Christian. Oh, you're going to these sort of places now. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So I'm completely isolated. So I need a lot of Christian friends. Honestly speaking. Yeah, I'm there. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I'm making a lot. I'm trying to make Christian friends, especially coming here. It's another social activity.
Well,
Or
don't
to learn as well.
I want to counsel you that coming here to make friends ain't
No,
the best way.
No, not friends.
Like,
learning.
Learning, yes.
Yeah, and
Come here to learn.
yeah, of course.
Don't come here thinking that you're going to make great
Oh,
friends.
no.
It isn't the place for that.
I know.
What I would encourage you to do is to maybe spend a year just listening,
Of course, that's what I'm doing.
just taking notes, just observing, you know, the Christians that are more regular, more established, and don't feel obliged to defend. All you can do is give your testimony.
Yeah.
You know, and Muslims will throw the same tropes at you. You know, can you recite the Fatiha? Can you recite Arabic?
Yes.
You know, but you've already said that you were a cultural Muslim,
Yes.
and we said that you were from a Muslim background. We never said that you were some devout Muslim.
Exactly.
You know, so the fact that you might have forgotten or maybe don't know the Fatiha, and I don't know if you do or you don't. Are you able to recite the Fatiha?
I am.
Can you do it on camera now?
Sure.
Go on then.
Listen. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghayril maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin.
He was saying that whilst looking in my eyes. So, like, you know, but Muslims will never be satisfied because the Muslims in the park, when you say it, they'll say, oh, can you say the Fatiha? You've just recited the Fatiha on camera, but now they'll change the goalposts.
Of course.
And I love Muslims that deny the fact that Muslims are becoming Christians.
Of course.
Because they make my job easy. I love those Muslims.
Like Ali Dawah says.
Like Ali Dawah.
Okay, when the Islamic Caliphate take over this country, with the capital punishment is gonna be put on them.
Yeah.
And we are proud of that.
Yeah, and they're proud of that. So the thing is, people like the Islamists in the park
Yeah.
want death upon you.
Of course.
And I want to challenge every libtard, every progressive, every liberal do-gooder Christian. Do you think that it is fair that there are people that would seek the death of our brother in Christ? And if you agree with me that that is an injustice, then you should stand with people like me to defend this brother against the Islamists that would seek his life. Whether they are like Ali Dawah and they want to do it through legal transformation, or whether they're like the Islamists who are suspected of attacking Hatun Tash 3 weeks ago. the reality is, as Christians, we need to wake up to the challenge that we face. Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much.
What's your name?
Francis.
Francis. Thank you, brother Francis.
Nice.
It's beautiful to hear your story.
Thank you so much.
It's going to be an encouragement. And as a final thing, what would you say to any sincere Muslim? Because there are sincere Muslims. There's lots of sincere Muslims who are seeking the truth. They don't like yourself. Their heart is not filled with hatred. And they're genuinely considering the Christian faith. They're actually thinking, is Christianity true? Should I become a Christian? What would you say to those people?
I would say learn about Quran and learn about Hadith yourself. Do your own research. Do not go to these people like these mullahs or the Islamic preachers. Do not go to them because they're going to fabricate it for you. They will make sure that you stay in this religion, and if you have any doubts, you're going to be targeted. Simple as that. You'll be ostracized by the community, or you'll be thrown out of the mosque, or you'll be or something bad is going to happen.
So do your own research. What else?
Do your own research. Learn about Christianity. Learn about Jesus Christ. Learn about the real God of love. Learn about the peace-loving God, as Jesus Christ. Learn about how devout He is to His beings. As Allah said, He's the best of the deceivers.
Yeah.
That gives me more doubt than anything. But at the end of the day, Satan is the best of deceivers.
The king of lies. Yep. The father of lies.
Yep. Iblis, as in Arabic.
Yeah.
And then also the biggest thing is learn that you have to constantly live your life, and someone has to tell you how to dress, how to eat, how to even go to the toilet. That does not make sense. As a normal person, you wouldn't do all these sort of things. It does not. I laugh at these things when I see myself.
Yeah.
For 28 damn years of my life, sickens me to core. Oh, what was I into? What was my life like?
Yeah.
And I laugh at myself now.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you found the truth.
Exactly.
And God willing, your testimony will help other people to find that truth as well. I want to reiterate, I encourage every Muslim to pick up the Injil and read it for yourself.
Exactly.
And to learn about Muhammad's actions without the filter of the Islamic ulama and the apologists, but to just look as the rest of the world does and just see the kind of horrendous and stupid things that you're invited to do, like breastfeeding adults so that they can be in your company, or
Mahram.
yeah.
So if you, so a woman can breastfeed a man. Well, I don't know how many times.
Yeah.
But then she can become a mahram. Mahram is someone like a brother-like.
Yeah.
So she can be left alone with that man.
Yeah.
For the main purposes, like maybe
like in the house together.
In the house together or something.
Because they're family.
That's the thing, isn't it? And then do not fall for the art of refabrication or reinterpretation. No.
Yeah.
Do not fall for that. What you read is what it says.
Yeah.
If somebody tells you anything else, don't.
And I would encourage them, those same guys, to pick up the Bible and to learn about Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
I rejected Islam and accepted Christianity for the exact same reasons that you did. I saw in Christ this pure example of love, this countenance of mercy, this light to the world, and I saw in Muhammad a murderer, a rapist, a paedophile. And a thief. A warlord, a caravan robber. And it's kind of like, well, who do I want to follow?
Exactly.
And genuinely, that is the reason why I became a Christian and not a Muslim, because, they were inviting me.
Well, let's not forget the sperm stains that Aisha used to clean on his clothes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how old she was, but probably too young.
Exactly.
Anyway, peace be with you, bro.
Thank you so much.
Listen to that advice. Go get yourself into a good fellowship.
Hopefully.
Get yourself baptized, and then when you're baptized, come back and tell us and celebrate with us. And stick close to the Christians here, and don't feel under any pressure to answer questions you can't answer. All right, God bless. Take care.